Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the Cultrotech Sirius here with me for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, let me say a big thank you to my buddy Jamie for sending this guy along to check it out. And secondly, hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's see, what do we have here is a very interesting Russian titanium liner lock, which is 7.6 inch long overall in length, with a 3.2 inch long blade and a 4.4 inch long handle. And let's see how this guy compares to the usual suspect. This is the Ontario Rat number 2, and right over here you've got the Ontario Rat number 1, and you can see that this is right in between these two offerings. And for example, you've got the Ontario Rat, the Spyderco Para 3 right there, and here you've got the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So you can see that this is bigger than the 3 and smaller than the 2, so again it's in between. And if you check the offerings from Chris Reeve Knives and you take the small Sebenza 21, for example, and you take the large Sebenza 21, you're gonna realize again that this Sirius is right in between these two very popular sizes for knives. If you take another couple Russians and you check them up against the Sirius, like these are the Custom Knife Factory, Snafu 2.0 and 520, Philippe Chokje design and Peter Rassenti design, you're going to see again that this is smaller than these two, which are already, I mean, not small, but the right size. So there's a lot of, a lot of things to like from the size of the Sirius, because look at this, Shirogorov Neon Zero, great EDC size, and Shirogorov F95R Slim. These guys, they can tell you that this size is good. It's a great EDC solution. And let me see another couple that I can show you. Why not? Yeah, another Russian boy, Cheburkov small Strige. And I'm gonna show you also this guy here, because why not? Hinder Knives XM18 3.5 inch. And just because we have them here, Koenig Knives, Arius Generation 4, and Holt Bladeworks Spectre Prestige version 3, right over there. So you get the idea of the size of this guy over here. It's a very nice one. Very nice size. It's a thick one, you see. For example, compared to one very thin one. Let's do like this. See? Neon Zero, much thinner than this guy. But what is going on this knife here? A lot. Let's start, for example, just by checking these scales. These are titanium 3D milled scales with some green fat carbon inlay and titanium overlay on top of the green fat carbon. These scales are nicely milled. Look at these pinstripe lines and this convex area, which is showing the radiused chamfering kind of thing they are using to make this handle look fantastic. And look at the 3D milled titanium backspacer with integrated lanyard hole. Look at that. Beautifully done. This one reminds me kind of like this guy. See? Very similar concept of integrating the lanyard hole into the backspacer and have it pretty recessed inside the scales. This is, by the way, the Quantum Shirogorov Custom, but I see some similarities. And also, you can see the fine working that went in designing and machining and realizing this semi-floating backspacer. You see there's one pin right over here, and it's beautifully sculpted. It's a centering backspacer, so you can actually see that the blade is perfectly centered right there. Nicely done, beautifully integrated with the overall design that is going on these scales, which is a lot, because yeah, guys, look at this. Great chamfering on the outside, great chamfering on the inside. You have I mean, the lock bar is fantastic, stainless steel lock face insert. It's machined to a level which is spectacular. This area here is beautifully designed. The feel that you have, like in disengaging the lock bar over here, is one of the best of the industry. It's so pleasant that is almost ridiculous. You've got a natural lock bar stabilizer, which is the scale, so you're not going to be able to overextend the lock bar right here. A nice little jimping right here and in the flipper tab. Really cool little detail. You have 2 screws basically, and I think this is like a T10, something like that. Or actually, no, it's just an Allen key, actually, guys. I'm not going to disassemble this one because it's a loaner, so I'm not going to do it. And I'm assuming it's just gorgeous on the inside. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to do it. I just see like a lot of extensive skeletonization going on the inside. I mean, these scales, they look thick, but they're not. They are empty basically on the inside. There's a lot of space milled out, a lot of areas to reduce considerably the weight of this little fella over here, which by the way, it's gonna be costing you around $800, and it's a limited version. I think there's 100 made, and this is the number 84. You can see right over here. And I mean, just check, for example, the pivot color that is going on around this oversized pivot, both sides. Very cool. Deep carry titanium sculpted pocket clip with this Cultrotech shield, not engraved, but just like inlaid in the pocket clip, which is deep carry. It's perfectly integrated with the design. It's with the hidden screw. The screw is on the inside. It's tip-up carry only. You're not gonna put it anywhere else, but it's absolutely gorgeously designed, guys. Look at this. One of the coolest looking and best, like the design is great, great tension, great design, great ramp, dip carry, 3D mill titanium. I mean, it's that good. The blade, it has an odd shape for sure. You have some nice jimping on the spine over here. Beautifully done swedge, like concave swedge. Look at this. Fantastic. And then you have this kind of like Warncliffe kind of shape, full belly, mirror polished edge, absolutely symmetric, fantastically done, thin stock, super slicing power. This is like a laser. Look at the thinness behind the edge, guys. It's just ridiculous. Flat grind. You've got 2 openings, beautifully chamfered on the inside, right over here in the blade. Mirror wash finish. You've got the Yan hook heat treatment on an Elmax blade. It's one of the best heat treatments in the world, guys. You've got beautifully done sharpening choil, plunge grind. Absolutely fantastic. Look at the detail around the flipper tab. It's gorgeous. It's just spectacular. You've got the blade with the stop pin integrated here. You can see, so it's gonna stop right there, and it's gonna stop right here. So it's just gonna hit against the titanium. Nicely done, beautiful solution. This guy also has a very, very interesting action, because you've got, of course, like detent ball ramp, you've got ceramic ball ramp, you've got washers. This is not running on bearings, but look at this. I mean, Cultrotech is famous for its action on washers, which is like this, just ridiculous. It's insane. They use like look at that. They use some washers, like with I don't think like any debris can just make its way inside the pivot, because it's so tight and it's so nicely done that it's like absolutely crazy. I mean, guys, and the sound. It's like one, and then there's the whoosh, 2, and this, 3, and 4. There's like cluck, cluck, cluck. Like, it's crazy. Looks like I don't know, like a cartoon, something mechanical, deploying and engaging. Beautiful cyberpunk and steampunk sound kind of thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's a complex sound. You have a lot of things going on, and that's why it's producing this kind of noise. Really, really beautiful. Sound, opening sound, fantastic, and closing sound as well. So really, really unique sound going on. And also, what I really appreciate is the weight, because this guy is going to be 3.7 ounces. So a lot of skeletonization going on the inside to reduce the weight. Also, the grip is phenomenal. No hot spots whatsoever. The fact that the handle is chubby, it's creating like a great feel in the hand. It feels really good. No sharp edges. You have the right amount of jimping here. Maybe a little bit more aggressive would have been nice. You can also like do like a reverse grip. The handle is kind of like small for me, but it's gonna work for sure. You can choke up a little bit and use this sharpening choil as a finger choil, but yeah, this is sharpened up to the end, so just be careful, but it's gonna be good to do some scraping works. Really, really good feel. Has a nice texture. It's going to be grippy, because look at these different layers, and all textured with the pinstripes. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel the hand, and it's going to be grippy for sure. Also, what I really love with the fit and finish on this one is just flawless. There's no gaps, nothing out of space, out of place. Sorry, it's purely done like to perfection. Like there's no lips. Everything is flush, is well put together, it's well thought. I mean, there's nothing wrong about this one. No blade play, no gaps. Clip ramp is fantastic. The clip tension is great. It's really, really, absolutely done well. If I have to say something, probably the action is not the fastest. Of them all. It's super smooth, no finger sore, right amount of jimping, works like as a push button, works with a light switch. Detent strength, I would say it's on the medium side. No way you're gonna be able to touch the tip of the maybe like if you jam it, not really. No, it's protected from by the backspacer, so nicely done. Of course, you have maybe a minimal, not really, rattling when closed. The lock bar is one of the most pleasant in the industry to release, like fantastic. You've got also like a detent ball ramp, but the only thing that I have to say about this one is that the detent ball is way too far from the tang of the blade. So this is when the detent ball hits the tang of the blade and hits the detent ball ramp, and then goes down, and then you can close it. So it's basically like here. So this is the angle you have to work with. So from here you disengage, and then it's all ball gliding on the tang of the blade up to this point, and then you can just close it like that. So that's my only nitpick for this blade, I would say, because everything else is really cool. Love the blade shape. It's really growing on me. A lot of things going on in the handle. It's really complex. Action, of course, is super smooth, running on washers, one of the smoothest in the industry. For sure, looks good, sounds very unique, very complex sound, great grip. I mean, it's a home run for me, for Cultrotech, and they were able to manage to offer something like half the price of the Svarn 3, but still maintaining the crazy high level of quality they are able to produce. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.